relation to intended target, spouse, business partner, bully, lawyer, activist, government official. I'm sorry. Relative self. This the part that got me though. Is this target a minor or adult? Damn, this is crazy. The art of hiring fake hitmen, part 2. How your day going? Morning, evening, night, whenever you're watching this video. Now look, judging from the last video, judging from this title as well, I'm living by the hope factor today. I got 2 hopes, all right? I hope we don't get anyone who's deceased, because I mean it's called fake. They don't get away with it. It's part 2 to part 1 that kind of went over the same thing. My second hope, I do hope we see some boys going to jail though. I want to see that. But hey, it's crazy how some of these people be getting off. Some of these stories where it's like the other person forgive them. It's like, what the fuck? But either way it go, about to check out the art of hiring fake hitman part 2 by that chapter. You want to check out the original video? Link will be in the description below. But let's go.
Hey you, and welcome. My name is Mike, and in this whole video, what we're going to do is we're going to look at part 2 of being not very good at being bad. I definitely felt like I needed to make a part 2 of this video because there are so many stories I wanted to cover, some real good ones, and some of these maybe you might be a little bit familiar with, others maybe not so much, but I mean I don't know what you know, so we'll see. We got the doctors, always with the doctors. We got the internets, what's going on there? Weird online websites that people were stupid enough to believe were real. We got hearty belly laughs, and
what the fuck? Hold up, I know you read that, hold up. Oh, wait. Section 2, targets information. Be as thorough and accurate as possible when filling out this section, as it will help us create a customized solution for your particular issue. Please include name, phone, physical address, email address, social media accounts, and any other information you think would be helpful. Photos, diagrams, and files can be attached below for your convenience. This mug said, go down, hold on, let me see if I see anything else first, hold on. Email boom into your desired code, safe word, optional relation to intended target, spouse, business partner, bully, lawyer, activist, government official. I'm sorry. Relative self. This the part that got me though. Is this target a minor or adult? Damn, this is crazy, man. Somebody be legit filling this out like, yeah, I'm about
hearty belly laughs and zingers ahoy. So we got it all.
Damn,
but
they
to get hearty belly laughs,
address, or service request,
and zingers ahoy. So we got it all, but to get to it, you know, we gotta give it a go.
Let me zoom my camera up a bit. You like, look up here, bro. Ain't nothing back there.
First up, we got probably one of the more stupid ones. This is the story of Wendy Wayne, the Wayne train, Wayne Stain McGain, a person who would genuinely believe, those Nigerian princes, they're sound lads. The internet, right? Probably, you know, despite what you would think about it being like a wealth of knowledge, in fact, it's probably just made us stupider. And none more so than this woman. And let's be honest, I suppose, there's a lot more than just her, who believed www.rentahitman.com to be a real website. You often hear—
Why would the name be in the website? You gotta hide it. What the fudge?
Rentahitman.com to be a real website. You often hear like stories and urban legends of hitmen, your websites on the dark web, where you can hire a hitman to kill someone. But Wendy was only delighted. She was only delighted to find out that it was actually a lot easier to rent a hitman than even needing to download Tor or the Onion, whatever. You'd think that
now I was thinking she probably just legit typed in www and everything. Like, that's crazy.
T-shirts would be a dead giveaway, but you'd be wrong. Whatever.
Wait.
You'd think the t-shirts would be a dead giveaway, but you'd be wrong. Stupidity should never be underestimated. I'm sure she was even relieved when she saw the website was compliant with HIPAA. That's the Hitman Information Privacy and Protection Act. After reading through the fabulous testimonials and awards, it sure put...
It got testimonials and awards? I'm
through that's the Hitman Information Privacy and Protection Act. After reading through the fabulous testimonials and awards, it sure put me
4 out of 5.
You can fill out a little form, bit about yourself, your desired code word, mine's goo, and then who is your target. It's all inclusive, self-included.
Yeah.
One fine day, that day being the 17th of July 2020, the Wayne train contacted the site, thinking, yep, this baby looks good to go. Wendy was 52 years old, a native of South Rockwood, Michigan, a real pearl of the Midwest. She'd had it up to here with her ex-husband, who she said, she alleged had stolen 20 grand from her, and if he wasn't going to give it back, she would pry it from...
My bad, my doorbell camera. Hold up. The site legit says, safe and secure. Norton antivirus protected. And all that, but oh man, come on. And the crazy part is, taking 20K from someone, though, I ain't gonna lie, boy, I'd be scared they gonna be after me too. That's the big... I'm not saying it's right what she did, but I ain't just gonna take 20K from nobody. What if that's what really happened? Man, I'll be watching my back every second. No. I know dog coming for that 20.
Thinking, yep, this baby looks good to go. Wendy was 52 years old, a native of South Rockwood, Michigan, a real pearl of the Midwest. She'd had it up to here with her ex-husband, who she said, she alleged had stolen 20 grand from her, and if he wasn't going to give it back, she would pry it from his cold, dead hands. She filled out the little form, signing off, I prefer not going to jail. Thank you for your time. Prefer's got nothing to do with it. The site is run by Guido Finelli. Oh, that's a really great Hitman name. Well, his real name is Bob Innes, and he set up rentahitman.com as a class project in 2005. He completely forgot about it, and then came back a few years later and was like, oh shit, this inbox is full, and people think this is real. People from all over the world emailed today looking for a hitman. And Bob, he goes through the requests. Most are jokes, people realize it's a parody. Some are maybe not jokes, but just not serious. But every so often he's like, shit. Then he passes the info onto the relevant local authorities.
He should have to, good.
They may conduct a sting operation, saying, yeah, you contacted Rent a Hitman. You rang. This has led to dozens and dozens of arrests for solicitation to commit murder. Wendy Wayne was another one. She met with an undercover cop, say she would pay 5 grand, and gave a $200 down payment. And well,
do they keep the
rest? In January 2022,
she was fake. Give my shit back. Do they legit keep? Oh, y'all don't know. Don't worry about it. You better not know. Yeah, they killed my 200 dog. Don't tell me that shit.
And well, you can imagine the rest. In January 2022, she was sentenced to 7 to 20 years in prison.
Good.
But the whole story of internet hitmen, boogeymen, that sort of thing, it's nothing new. The Base of Mafia, it's a fun one of the more well-known dark web hitman sites. Now it purported to be real, with real killers, Albanian hitmen. And that's how it worked. It ain't obviously fake, like rentahitman.com. So in fact, real people desiring to become contract killers reached out to this website. Maybe they played a bit too much of Hitman Blood Money, which in turn led the Base of Mafia website to appear more real when the person behind it would get them to film videos for the site, like this.
They wanted to be members. Hold up. Game member. Hey, the fuck? Oh shit.
So how the Base of Mafia worked was that people believed it was real. They would contact Yura, who's the man behind it, and then they would pay up front in Bitcoin. so he can see where this is going. He'd
Uh-huh.
messaged them back, as to why their target hadn't been eliminated yet. Oh, we'll get him next time. The sniper rifle, it jammed. I forgot to get my silencer
He
back off my
finessing.
mother. And so on and so forth. Excuses all the time, while he just had ran away with your Bitcoin, and you had no way of chasing him down. He has trained killers after all. Eventually,
I low-key, I can't be mad at him. I can't. He just, it's messed up what he doing, but if I heard it right, like, you basically think you're going to pay somebody to get somebody off. He like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, but he run off with the crypto. Like, what you gonna do? Call the police? Hey, dog, to run off of my shit. I already paid him to whack somebody. Man.
And you had no way of chasing him down. He has trained killers after all. Eventually, the website will be hacked, and a very long and complex story short led to numerous arrests of people who tried to hire assassins. So the guy behind it, he was like scamming instigators the whole time.
Yep.
A-okay in my book. The base
What I
Mafia
say,
site
dog?
and subsequent iterations were shut down by a man named Chris Monteiro, a self-described pirate and cybercrime researcher. It actually ended up being an entire saga linked to a real murder. Check out the Wired article or a video by Barely Sociable to learn more. Chris had found vulnerabilities in the site and was able to get the entire message database. On his pirate.london site, he has some statistics as he continues to investigate various online murder.
Oh, let me go back. Let me see. Wait, what?
Check out the Wired article or a video by Barely Sociable to learn more. Chris had found vulnerabilities in the site and was able to get the entire message database. On his pirate.london site, he has some statistics as he continues to investigate various online murder for hire plots. When the base of Mafia was shut down, the guy, Yura, he would set up a new one, that would get shut down, he'd set up a new one, and so on and so forth. Fun fact, most of the murder for hire requests come from the USA, followed by UK and India. In the USA, most requests come from California, Texas, and Georgia. Florida, surprisingly, down the list a little bit. I mean, more than you'd think, let's be honest. Especially when, like, all the weird cases down the list.
Ooh, okay, everywhere I live low. Okay, cool. Don't fuck with niggas in Cali. All right, get the message. Take it, dog. Actually, where I was at, was on the second spot. Texas is my second damn home. Shit. Damn. I wonder why Cali is number one. Cali always seems so. Oh, okay, never mind. I was just about to answer. I'm about to say it always seems so fake and happy, and everybody like they're just the best, perfect people in the world. Okay, never mind. But Texas, I really don't understand why Texas is number two. That I'm not understanding. Like in Texas, damn. I don't know. Ooh, what a list.
Just a little bit. I mean, more than you'd think, let's be honest. Especially when, like, all the weird cases come from there. And here's another one. This is the story of Tommy Carlton, who tried his hand at the art of hiring hitmen. They just turned out to be fake. Tommy Carlton was living in Osceola County, Florida, and he was having custody issues. Classic Tommy. To remedy this, he would take drastic steps. He didn't know those steps would be with a cop. Tommy was a registered nurse in an Orlando hospital. He had a 10-year-old son with Elizabeth, once wife, now ex, hence a custody battle over the son. Bitter was a registered nurse in an Orlando hospital. He had a 10-year-old son with Elizabeth, once wife, now ex, hence a custody battle over the son. Bitter? Elizabeth didn't know how much until all this happened. Tommy and Elizabeth met when they were both nurses. This was in 1996. Elizabeth soon falling for the happy-go-lucky, hard-working man. Things were great until their son arrived. Tommy wasn't quite prepared for life as a dad. The stresses of work-life balance, money issues, yada yada yada, and eventually, things went down to shitter. Elizabeth would say Tommy would be abusive, custody battles, the whole 9 yards. He became quite violent toward Elizabeth, which is odd. Does he not know what he does for a living? He's a nurse. So once she fled the house with her son, Tommy became more obsessed and hate-filled. So how did he get to plotting a murder in a hotel room? Plotting it in a motel room I can smell from here. It first came up as, well, hey, what do you think about this? It was in a Narcotics Anonymous meeting in 2009 that he met a guy named James Wood. I know that's oxymoronic. He asked James if he knew a guy who could, kill his ex-wife, and James contacted the cops. He talked poisoning, car accidents, maybe someone would do something. So James was like, yeah, I do know a guy. All three of them, James, Tommy, and the undercover cop, Billy, met at a motel. Billy, ex-con who would commit crimes left, right, and center, real bad boy. And he'd take care of business for a fee, $500 up front and $1,500 later. Bargain.
Agent Griffin, with the Osceola County Sheriff's Office.
Did he say 500 up front, 1,500 later? So for $2,000, like this is still your kid's freaking mom. Wow, that's what the hell.
It's Agent Griffin, with the Osceola County Sheriff's Office. I'm going to meet the target behind the Dairy Queen on a murder for hire case. Gotta get in his car. Does not want to get in my truck.
And you're not a cop, right?
I ain't no fucking cop.
Hell no, nigga, ain't no cop, dog.
Hey, you're really freaking me
Whole
out.
time
You're crazy.
I'm sorry.
Gotta get in his car. Does not want to get in my truck.
And you're not a cop, right?
I ain't no fucking cop. God damn, man. Hey, you're really freaking me out. You're crazy.
I
shit,
shouldn't
man.
be freaking you out. You know it's gotta be careful. Shit.
You have any good faith shit with you at all today? Even like $50, $100, nothing?
No. On Friday, I'll definitely get that to you.
Alright.
Well, call me
They
Friday.
working for free.
Yeah, I heard that.
So I definitely ain't gonna be able to do nothing until I get out.
That's not a problem.
Just ain't working for free.
Yeah, I heard that.
Even like $50, $100, nothing?
No. On Friday, I'll definitely get that to you.
Alright. Just ain't working for free.
Yeah, I heard that.
So I definitely ain't gonna be able to do nothing until I get out.
That's not a problem.
I mean, Tommy's story to
So
the
I
hitman.
think, because I don't know how it works, so I take it, do he need him to pay him at least something so they can say like, yo, the transaction actually happened? I take it that's why he's like I just need something. Like, where's he give me like $5 or something like that? I know he asked for $5, but I take it he needs something just so it could be, all right, look, we got a deal going. It already happened. You just initiated it. I take it. I don't know.
Get out.
That's not a problem.
I mean, Tommy's story to the hitman was that his ex-wife and her new boyfriend were abusive to his son. So, you know, hitman, you're kind of doing the world a favor, Mr. Hitman. He needed it done, and he needed it done now. Why? Well, the 14th of May was fast approaching, and that was a court date in the ongoing custody battle. Tommy and Billy met a few more times, talked money, talked what needed doing. The police then reached out to Elizabeth, and they did get her in on it. They faked execution pictures. Execution pictures for Tommy, who was only too happy to believe they were real.
Agent Griffin with Osceola Sheriff's Office. Going to meet the suspect for the murder for hire at the Walmart. I'll show him the picture.
What the fuck?
Done, brother.
God.
Fucking done, man. Look at this shit. Stupid fucking bitch, man. Come out in her car. I was hiding in the woods, man. Fucking took care of her. I tried to get her fucking ID. But in her purse, man,
That
I was
picture
hiding.
didn't look...
Stupid fucking bitch, man. Come out in her car. I was hiding in the woods, man. Fucking took care of her. I tried to get her fucking ID. But in her purse, man, I couldn't fucking find her ID. So I said, fuck it. I snapped the goddamn picture and then took off in the woods. I fucking go to get out of there, man, and I hear woo woo. But I was on the back road. I cruised on there. I didn't even see them, but I could hear the motherfuckers. You know, I don't know if there was more people inside, but they couldn't have seen me because there was like a big fucking hedge and shit. I was by my goddamn self, man. It was fucking perfect, dude. Perfect.
Wow.
You couldn't ask for anything better, man. I'm telling you. She was fucking, she never even moved a muscle. You know what I'm saying? It was just done. Fucking bam. Done.
Quick.
Done.
Sweet.
Done, man. You can watch the
This
news
is-
tonight or something. I'm sure it's gonna be on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yo ass gonna be
but
on
I
there.
just want to tell you the door. You know it's done. Man.
Sweet.
All right.
Oh, thank God.
All right, man.
Hey, I was planning on like having like staying over I'd set up a patient to go see, so I'd be there a whole hour to prove where I was and everything and shit. I was like, oh shit. So
Did you at least get your fucking face on camera or something, man?
I did. I went and bought a pack of cigarettes and went downstairs for my neighbors right after you called me and talked to them.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right, you're cool then. Just
He got him
fucking.
making his own paper trail that's gonna lead to his. Oh, this is crazy, dog.
call me and talk to them. And,
The fact that he's legit happy about it. And I was thinking like, all right, let me just think about it. All right. If I'm in a situation, and let's say if my kid's mom and her new boyfriend is like abusing the ish on my son, I still don't think I can go. I don't think I go as far as killing her. I'm gonna do everything I gotta do as far as fighting custody wise. Bro, that's a different story. I don't know what's gonna happen between that. Me and her, I couldn't just see it like, no. Cause you're still the mother of my kid. My kid gonna hate me if they know what happened. At least I would think. I don't know, man. This is one of the ones that it's hard for me to try to put myself in their shoes. Like I legit can't see it, dude.
so I'd be there a whole hour to, prove where I was and everything and shit. I was like, oh shit.
Oh shit, that was a lot.
Did you at least get your fucking
Prove where I was and everything and shit. I was like, oh shit. So
Did you at least get your fucking face on camera or something, man?
I did. I went and bought a pack of cigarettes and went downstairs for my neighbors right after you called me and talked to them and yeah.
All right, you're cool then. Just fucking, just play it cool. You know what I mean? Because if you really had problems with her in the past, you know what I'm saying. Just fucking play cool. You know what I'm saying. Just be cool, and then we're cool, and we're done, man.
Excellent.
All right.
Sweet, man.
All right, get the fuck out, man.
Yeah, right.
What the hell, dog?
Then, soon after, the police brought Tommy into the interrogation room and said, "We're investigating the murder of your ex-wife. Wink, wink. We need to know what you know,
I wanna watch.
so we can solve it. Who killed her? You know."
Are you surprised that we're here today?
No, I thought she was making some bullshit because it's like before. Right before we go to court, she pulled something else out of her hat to try to keep Eric
No, I'm
from.
talking about we're investigating a homicide of
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not saying I'm sad that it happened because I hated the bitch.
And I was gonna say he can have a point there for real, but I mean we obviously know what happened though. But legit, it's like, well, I mean, bad timing. I'm sorry, but if he was really abusing my kid anyway and that shit happened, it was like, well, hey, shit happened.
Are you surprised that we're here today?
No, I thought she was making some bullshit because it's like before. Right before we go to court, she pulled something else out of her hat to try to keep Eric
No,
from.
I'm talking about we're investigating a homicide of
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not saying I'm sad that it happened because I hated the bitch. I mean, everybody in the universe knows that because the way she treated me. I mean, she slept around me 3 times, keeps my son from me, the love of my life, and that's everybody knows that. But whatever happened, I had nothing to do with it.
No, I noticed that was the first thing he mentioned. Like, man, you ain't. I don't know, but I just really feel like he's not here about his son, man. I just feel like he was just some selfish piece of shit, dog. And I bet that's what's eating you. The fact that she cheated on him 3 times. I guarantee you that's what it is, man. Which, don't get me wrong, is bullshit. Kick her to the curb, go your own way. But at that point, man, you ain't gotta start playing with people's lives and then getting kids involved with it. Like, man, just call it off. Like, all right, then, fuck you then.
That's everybody knows that. But whatever happened, I had nothing to do with it. I mean,
well, I mean, just by watching TV, when something like this happens, the cops' first place they go to are the
Closest
people around there.
Well, not only exes, it's close
The
people.
closest people around there. It's like we're like fire ants. When something like this happens, we just spread out and we contact everybody she knows and deals with and that kind of thing.
And then, after speaking with him for a time, this happened.
he didn't see nothing happen. He wasn't in the car or nothing.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Is it?
I want to introduce somebody to you.
He can walk in that mall.
You ever met this guy before? I have. I want to introduce this to you. This is an agent for the Osceola County Sheriff's Office. Okay.
Okay.
I know his heart is in his throat right now. They should do a more player like the way Chris Hansen do it. He should have just walked in and just dropped off some papers like, oh, here you go real quick, bro. And just walk back out. Imagine you look and see bro like, what the fuck? That's dog. Oh shit. Damn, this is freaking crazy.
This is an agent for the Osceola County Sheriff's Office. Okay.
Okay.
Here. Do you understand who that man was? He's an agent for the Osceola County Sheriff's Office. He's a police officer.
Okay.
So you understand where we're at now in the investigation. You're not following.
Not following.
I know your mind's just spinning. It's going crazy right now, Tommy. I understand that. All right? You don't know where to go right now.
He know his head messed up. He know it. He like, bro, all right, we got you in a bag. Boy, I know your head gone. Mix him like a blender.
You're not following.
Not following.
I know your mind's just spinning. It's going crazy right now, Tommy. I understand that. All right? You don't know where to go right now. In fact, you'd like to hit this door probably pretty quick. You have to understand where we're at. We've been investigating this for probably, 2 weeks now? All right, ever since you met Billy?
I'm not following.
Why would you take the steps that you did to get rid of your wife?
I didn't take any steps to get rid of my wife.
Tommy Carlton will be charged with 2 counts: solicitation to commit first-degree murder and attempted first-degree murder. Tommy's defense to all of this very clear footage the police had of him trying to hire someone to murder his ex-wife. His defense to all of this was that he had a hearing problem. He said he was
Is that why he got them little headphones on? He's so cap.
His defense to all of this was that he had a hearing problem. He said he was half deaf. He's, tried the trial, he had these like earphones on so he could hear. And he was like, well, when I was talking to the hitman...
Sit there whole time. In court, sit there whole time to them uncomfortable ass headphones on. Gotta play on, huh? Nigga, you heard me, dog.
He's, tried the trial, he had these like earphones on so he could hear. And he was like, well, when I was talking to the hitman, I didn't even know what he was saying. Like, I was trying to read his lips and...
Did at any point you have in your mind that you were going to hire Detective Griffin to kill your wife? Never. In my head, I'm thinking that all that needs to be done to solve this is to have somebody show up and catch Liz walking out of the apartment or something and say, hey, we know your kid's being beat by this guy, and then just imply, as a show of force, a verbal harangue that don't make us come back.
You specifically told Billy that you wanted them taken out of the way so my son can come live with me, correct?
Correct.
Them taken out of the way, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, now, verbally haranguing someone, how would that...
He gonna say like beating them up or something. I ain't gonna lie, this is sick, dog. It's crazy to me. And the fact, I don't know if that's Liz in the audience though, but if that's her, she look real fed up. Like, I'm so tired of dog. Legit, cause she know damn well you don't need them headphones. I ain't just watching like, dang, like this dude is really just trying to get rid of us. Like, and that's somebody she wants probably love, laid down with. That's crazy. Fucking sick.
So my son can come live with me, correct?
Correct.
Them taken out of the way, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, now, verbally haranguing someone, how would that be taking someone out of the way?
In the way is referring to a problem they have, something that's hindering your path, hindering my association with my son, being able to protect my son.
So if your wife was verbally harangued, it's your testimony that in your mind, you, a registered nurse with all this education and so on and so forth, if she's verbally harangued by someone she doesn't know, somehow that's going to take her out of the way so that your son can come live with you?
Yeah, she would actually back off.
He just wanted the hitman to intimidate her. That's it. Kill her? No, and it would have never. I just, couldn't hear what he was saying. 2 years after he tried to have his ex-wife murdered and believed she had been for a time, the jury returned a guilty verdict for both counts. The prize was 22 years in prison for old Tommy. He appealed twice and lost twice. Congrats, Tom. And speaking of Florida, and speaking of stupid, Tanya Demirhan of...
I do want to hear her response to this story, though. I think I want to watch this in full. I want to check more into this true crime, whatever, see what's going on, because this is one of those ones I really do want to know her side. I hope she speaks her side as well. I don't know if that was her that we saw in the video, but if it was, because she really looked like she was done. Like, how some cases we get when we talked about earlier, where some people will forgive the other person for it. I don't think this is gonna be the case for that, because honestly, I am wondering, like, is it something where it's like she was keeping the kids from him, like they both were just being petty? I'm not saying, because it's always It's always sides to the shit. So I'm like, were they both just being petty, or was it legit? Like, she's like, no, I'm legit just doing my legit job as a mother, and I know he is not safe, so I don't want them around him, and then he can't take that type of situation. I don't know. I don't know what it is, basically, but I do want to watch this case because this is sick, dog. The fact that he's legit sitting there playing it off like I'm deaf.
It's Tom. And speaking of Florida, and speaking of stupid, Tanya Demirhan of Lakeland, Florida, she was very mad at her husband. Deservedly so, could be argued. See, Tanya, she was married to a guy named Attila the Hun. He was her Hun-E. But it appears this Attila lad was pretty controlling over every aspect of her life, including forcing her to have sex with strangers at swingers parties. These he would record. He liked to watch. And so Tanya was FED up and just wanted him gone. She did try to leave the relationship, but her family convinced her not to and go back to him. The only way she could see out of the relationship.
You always see that on movies, man. The fact that like that's real is scary to me, man. Like, no, that's your family. Save them. Don't send them back.
Family convinced her not to and go back to him. The only way she could see out of the relationship was having him killed. And so she contacted a friend, who in turn contacted the police, in exchange for 10 grand or 4 cars to take him out of life. That went about as well as you would expect.
You okay? Okay. Okay, listen, some things have come up. Okay? And you're at a police station. I'm gonna read you your rights so you know them, okay? If you don't understand something, I want you to stop me and tell me, okay?
Yes, what?
Okay.
They did to her what they did to Tommy Carlton. The usual, oh, your husband is dead, and we got the killer, but... See, the kicker was that she essentially signed a contract with the supposed hitman on camera.
The guy that they just found,
Yes.
he was driving a white car, a Cadillac, and we searched the car.
Okay.
And when we searched the car, we found this note, and it's got your name on it.
What is it?
And I think that's you, right?
Oh, I signed it yesterday.
You did.
No, my husband bring me this, and then he said, there's a guy who wants to buy the car. Would you please? I said yes, because the car was on my name.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So you signed this yesterday.
Yes.
What's the date on there?
I don't know. This is December 20th.
What's today's date?
20th.
Okay. What if I told you that I know
Yes.
that you gave the title to the man in the green shirt and that you gave this to the man in the green shirt?
No, I
Today.
didn't give these to him
Are you-
today. Yes, I'm positive. I know what I'm doing. It's hurting.
What's hurting?
That you
You're
caught.
saying now to me that I'm lying.
That's right, I am. The guy you gave this title to and who met you to sign this paper is a cop. Do you know that this note, I wrote it and I gave it to him?
Okay, but still I say I didn't give it to him. Okay, I didn't give it to him.
Okay. All right. The other thing I'd like to tell you is you know that that's recorded. Let me just skip to the chase. Let me just get right to the point with you. What I don't understand is why you would want to kill your husband.
I don't want to kill my husband.
Yes, you do.
I don't want to kill my
You
husband.
told me.
Sir,
Yes.
I didn't hire him. I didn't say anything to him. I don't know him. I don't know him.
Do you know that your husband is
Wow.
actually, in fact, alive?
Okay, it's perfect.
He's alive.
Okay, it's perfect.
I've never in my life ever heard of anybody that was silly enough to sign a note. But she did.
She got 5 years for that. So what do you actually have to do to get charged with solicitation of murder for hire?
Wow, that one was just wow. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a lot of wild moments. There were. I do have questions when it comes to that case.
5 years for that. So what do you actually have to do to get charged with solicitation of murder for hire? Well, it's pretty much exactly what it says on the tin.
Did you bring the money? It was not. Alright. Okay.
You're giving someone something of value. Doesn't need to be money to have another party commit murder. It becomes federal murder for hire if it crosses state lines. So when the sting is on, after the police are informed of it, they play along. They either have an undercover cop pretending to be a killer or an informant is doing it. And it continues down to the point pretending to be a killer or an informant is doing it. And it continues down to the point that they get, some kind of down payment.
This ain't working for free.
Yeah, I heard that.
So I definitely ain't gonna be able to do nothing until it gets out.
That's not a problem.
When money, which it doesn't need to be, but usually is, changes hands, that's when the police can swoop in with the bracelets. In nearly all cases, though, the police tend to want to act fast and get this kind of show on the road because they're worried that the instigator, the hirer, if the job doesn't move along swiftly, they might hire someone else who will actually kill. Now let's go from Tanya to Tara, and it's...
Because you would think after getting caught the first time, like where it went bad, like, oh, I'm done, I ain't doing that again. Especially if you get off easy. This feels like those To Catch a Predator videos, but except with a freaking hitman. Hold on, my camera like too close. You all in my damn face.
To what we can essentially call it this time Northern Florida. It's Ohio. It wants to be Florida badly. It's gagging for it time and time again. Did you ever get so mad you wanted someone thrown in a wood chipper? You said it and you meant it? Well, Tara did. And when she said, though, that she wanted him thrown in a wood chipper, she didn't mean it. When the police arrived. She just meant wood chipper was code for just smack him around. Don't be too rough, though. We're not animals. Tara Lambert was a former model, glam girl over here, living in Circleville, Ohio, a quiet little town. But it was hiding disturbing intentions. This story has similar motivations to old Tommy boy I talked about. See, Tara was wife number 2 of Brandon. And Brandon had 2 children with wife number 1, Kelly Cook. Brandon was given custody of the children, but Kelly was not too keen on the judge's decision, and court dates after court dates after court dates. Tara was sick and tired of it. So, at 33 years old in 2015, she came up with a plan. A terrible one. She also recently watched Fargo, I imagine. Tara contacted an old friend from high school that she hadn't really kept in contact with. Now, this old friend, they were from a trailer park. The rougher side of town. They'd have been in fights. And so Tara, living in high...
she figured dog could use a couple dollars. He gonna do it. Hell no.
Side of town. They'd have been in fights. And so Tara, living in high... the glamorous Tara living in the nice house. She was like, well, you're living in a trailer. So you'll kill somebody for me, I don't know, in your pickup truck maybe, drinking Bud Light. That's the kind of person Tara was.
Degraded you just because of your financial status. Like you're legit a different type of human to her. That is crazy, man. Like I ain't even on the Hitman part. It's like the fact. We're gonna let it finish. Damn. Like, yeah, your life really don't mean much. I mean, you ain't doing anything. I know you'll do this for a couple bucks. I knew it before you even got there. I knew it. This Polaroid shirt. This Polaroid shirt. I keep looking at it, dog. It's kind of fire. I ain't gonna count.
For me, I don't know, in your pickup truck maybe, drinking Bud Light. That's the kind of person Tara was. You'll do it. Well, it'll cost you $50. So Tara gave this person the name of the mother of her stepdaughters and, make this whole custody issue.
Do you know anyone hard up for cash that will take care of an issue for good? You know damn well he is. Great way to open up the conversation. I'll call you later or tomorrow morning. Give me your number.
Flit her away. Soon, contact was made with the Popo, and undercover cop Dee Dee was going to take care of her little issue.
Nice to meet you. And I have her picture. Some lovely information for you.
Okay. What do you want done with her?
Oh my god. Just put her in a chopper, like one of those lumberjack chopper things.
I don't carry a lumberjack chopper. But...
No, I'm just kidding. That's how much I hate her, though.
You want me to just walk up and cap her?
If something else is going on, in the area, I don't know. What do you think?
No, she want this personal. She wanted personal without her actually doing it. Is what she want. She don't want no easy way out. She want pain on them. Damn. She been.
If something else is going on, in the area, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
We were kind of thinking of a home.
I already passed it.
Tara ended up in an interrogation room, confronted with her own footage.
3 steps to getting a
What
girlfriend.
The
Tara ended up in an interrogation room, confronted with her own footage.
Yes, you're under arrest.
Oh my God.
Okay. Did you ever make the comment that you would like to have her killed?
No. I just signed for counseling with her. Like, we are going to counseling together.
I understand that.
To have Kelly killed? My stepdaughter's mother?
Yes.
No.
You're the one that wants to have her killed.
I don't want her killed.
Well,
I want her beat up. You said he was going to punch her in the grill.
Tara, explain to me why, so I can understand why you would want to have her killed.
No.
I thought I went back for a second. So I thought she was, I'm gonna let it finish. I thought she was sending it on him. I noticed she kept saying her, and I thought in the car they were saying her, but I couldn't tell.
To have Kelly killed? My stepdaughter's mother?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay, stepdaughter's mother. Okay, stepdaughter's mother. Okay. All right, I thought it was about his mother. All right, that's why I had to go back. Hold up. Okay, what the? But either, regardless, I thought it was all about him.
One that wants to have her killed.
I don't want her killed.
Well,
I want her beat up. You said he was going to punch her in the grill.
Tara, explain to me why, so I can understand why you would want to have her killed.
No. I want her to stop harassing us. I want her to stop making false accusations of me. I want her to stop slandering my name and my business.
Well, I guess the tapes will speak for themselves.
Yeah.
During the trial, Tara, her defense, I was only joking. These hillbillies don't understand my sophisticated sense of humor. She was found guilty of first-degree conspiracy to commit aggravated murder and got 7 years in prison. Though she did get a Dr. Phil appearance out of it, probably the most evil thing she did.
Oh, that little whole Hollywood situation all went out the window, huh? Yes, you're right, sir. Straighten up, huh?
Get a Dr. Phil appearance out of it. Probably the most evil thing she did. The best part of all these is when there's clear footage of them doing something and they're just denying it. In fact, some of these people really do seem like they're in denial. It's like, sometimes there's been clear dead giveaways that this was a sting, that this wasn't a real hitman. Like, for example, in the Tommy Carlton case, when he was in that motel room, in the room next door were police listening in, and he even thought he saw a microphone in that room when he was walking by. Wow. They just refused to believe it.
Just go about your daily routine like I'm not wearing the hat.
Here's another one with Ira Bernstein, who just refused to believe that he was stupid and he was getting fooled. Ira was a Rockland like a hurricane New York County man, and he was a stinky feet man. By that I mean he was a podiatrist. He was married, had 3 kids, and had money problems. He had met his wife Susan at a frat party when they both went to Penn State in the 90s, and they later married and settled in Ramapo, New York. They were living the life, got the tennis courts, the cars, the pools, the what have you. The ramen days were long gone, but they had a lot of money. Susan, she stayed at home. Ira worked, but they were spending money as soon as, they got it. Eventually, Ira began seeing someone else. This led to the couple having an open marriage, and later Susan filing a restraining order against him, claiming he was abusive. He was kicked out of the house, and he swore he would have his revenge, or something like that. Ira later met Kelly Gribbelook. She's not an orc, though she has the name for it. Kelly was a former mortician, current wannabe model, and they met through fate. And eventually, Ira and Kelly decided Susan needed to go. She was a stay-at-home mother.
Hold on, go back.
Former mortician, current wannabe model, and they met through fate. And eventually, Ira and Kelly decided Susan needed to go. She was a stay-at-home mother, Ira ran successful practices, and in a divorce, he'd be up shit creek. Enter Mackenzie Lusson, a car dealer from Haiti. He had sold Kelly her car previously, and during that time, Kelly had been going through a divorce of her own. And he was a nice guy. He said, if you ever needed anything, just let him know. What he didn't mean by, whatever you need, just let me know, was when Kelly asked him to kill Susan. But he was like, yeah, I know people. Green Berets, Navy SEALs. Those guys from, whatever those guys in Predator were.
You son of a bitch.
I'll get some of them on the case. He was actually bar buddies with cops, so he went to them and was like, yeah, a woman just asked me to kill someone, so. The 3 of them, Ira, Kelly, and Mackenzie, spoke many times with the police listening in.
Yeah?
Hey, listen, you're
The main thing has to look like an accident. It can't be a robbery, it can't be a shooting, it can't be anything like that. He wants to know how it's going to look like an accident, how it's going to be done. He's got to be sure. He can't handle, God forbid, police come and he'll break down. He won't be able to handle an interrogation. Look at like either a hit and run, like when she's getting out of a car, or like plain an accident. And they backed up into her and the guy stays and says, I didn't see her. You know, it's plain an accident, so there's no investigation.
And they were waiting for money to change hands before they swooped in. Kelly did give a grand deposit, and then her and Ira added 2 more names to the list.
Damn.
See, Ira was committing insurance fraud at his practice, and the insurance companies were catching on. You know, he would, fake billing, fake appointments for, he would do procedure, or he would say he was doing procedures that never happened, and billing the insurance company. So the investigators were on his case. The insurance investigators were on his case, and Ira would rather they not be. Well, not gone, but he wanted them beaten up. So the police reached out to the 2 investigators, and, like in Tommy Carlton's case, got some pics.
That shit don't even look real! Then I got some black guys, too. Falcon Punch! KO. And my guy with the with the orange polo, bro, his acting is so bad. You will obey. What? Look, you will obey. Stop playing with me, dog. And don't nobody just sit there and get punched like that. Like, ooh. You ain't got punched where you think, what the fuck, dog? Yeah, you showed me them pictures, I'd ask my damn money back. Like, matter of fact, I think I know one of them niggas. That's TJ. Give my buddy back, dog. Stop playing. He got Burlington shoes.
Ira, though, he smelled something was up.
But I tell you.
Did it have me standing right next to each other? Yeah. So the 2 of them, I guess they want to break or something.
He even did this.
What's this little thing between the teeth?
He from that clip, I saw in the last one, I think they used him, but I saw this clip being used many places when it be like about the Hitman videos when he turned his head back around. They even showed at the beginning, well, obviously because it's in here. So that's his case. All right. Oh.
Even did this.
What's this little thing between the teeth?
Oh, that ain't nothing.
What's this little thing between the teeth? The receiver for the headsets.
Bullshit! This old 2002 car, stop capping at me, boy.
The receiver for the headsets. That's the receiver for the headsets? The receiver for headsets. Alright.
He bought that too. Fucking hell.
So now the big question is, when is the next job? Give me a week to think better, DJ. Alright? And then I'll give you the go ahead. Don't want to be too pushy. I know. I give you by this weekend. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be away for the weekend, definitely. But I'll be at the end of the weekend. I'll tell you. Okay.
A few days later, Kelly and Ira were arrested and charged with conspiracy and solicitation to commit murder. They both said Mackenzie had railroaded them into going ahead with the murder for hire. Oh no, I'm
sorry. Nothing about his was smart. Nothing. You saw the bullet-ish on them pictures, and you saw a big ass camera between the seats. Stop playing with me. At that point, I'd have played it off like I still didn't know it was a camera neither. That way, I wouldn't give myself away, and I'd be like, nah, you know what? I don't think I want to do this. This ain't right. I'm tripping, dog. I'd have played like this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you need to get at least like 10, 15 minimum.
They both said Mackenzie had railroaded them into going ahead with the murder for hire. Oh no, he forced me, to agree to a plan I came up with. In jail, Ira bailed himself out. Kelly, he didn't. His love, his girlfriend, whatever, he's like, yeah, fuck you, I'm out.
The 42-year-old foot doctor now stands indicted for allegedly plotting to hire a hitman to end a protracted divorce battle with the mother of his 3 children. The grand jury says Bernstein and his girlfriend, 35-year-old Kelly Gribullock, are on tape and video negotiating with an undercover informer they thought was a killer. Before releasing Bernstein, the judge cautioned that being out of jail isn't the same thing as being free.
Damn.
He should have bailed her out, though, because later on, after a couple of months in jail, Kelly would agree to a plea deal and testify against Ira. So that was a big mistake on his part.
Hell
Whoop.
If I know we did a crime together, hell, I'm gonna get your ass out too. I don't need you in there so you can tell. Hell no.
And testify against Ira. So that was a big mistake on his part. Whoop. Ira was sentenced to 15 years, eligible for parole after 5. Kelly Gribullock was sentenced to 12 years, eligible for parole after 4. I wonder if they're still dating.
Dog, come on, man.
Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to do so. Be here with this guy. Back to regular cases next. So look forward to that. I hope you do. And yeah, here, once again, really, guys, thank you for staying with me over these 2 parts of the art of hiring.
I like this series.
Hitman.
And one thing I really enjoy about it, because like I mentioned at the beginning, luckily we ain't getting no, you know what. Ooh, this one was pretty crazy too.
Staying with me over these 2 parts of the art of hiring. Take Hitman. But back to normal next week. But until then, please, as always, take care of yourselves. Because I love you. My God.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin on this one. Like the funny part, the website. Oh, there's no way. And not even being funny, the website it was somewhat nice of a website. I'm like this, that alone would have given like, okay, this is nice, protected. The testimonials, like, oh gosh, dog, this is crazy. Then the letter, okay, that one, I get it. She didn't know she was being recorded, but still, nothing about that was smart. Like, yeah, I signed my name, and a nice, beautiful looking, if I remember correctly, beautiful little signature at that as well. Like, wow, this is crazy. But freaking Tommy, that one got me. I was like, dude, when he popped up with the headphones, I was like, oh wow. And I think that was Liz they showed, and I was like, okay, yep, she looked like I'm done. I'm so done. But the last one, bro, I finally saw it when he turned his head, because I think that one was used as a sample, and it was in another video we watched as well. Was it I forgot which one exactly. Either way it go, I saw that one a couple of times, but that's what it's from. That one I want to talk about too, because the fact that you saw those pictures, I'm sorry, it was perfect still frame. Like if someone's punching someone, I don't care how good of a camera you got, it's gonna be blurry because the fist is freaking moving, dog. Like it was legit at a standstill frame. It was legit like they was like, all right, and freeze, and everybody was like this. Like the fist was just like that, and he even noticed like, yeah, they both just have to be right by each other. Like you knew this was fishy, dude. And then he turned around, saw a camera. Maybe he thought it was something else. I don't know. As naughty that I've been doing, if doing this, I'd have been naughty about everything. Everything would have been suspicious to me. So I'd have like, fuck that. That's sign number 2. I'm out of this mode. Hey, I am glad you got caught though, because this shit was goofy as hell. But yo, I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here. Enjoy my day. You go ahead and do the same thing. Enjoy your day, morning, night, whenever you're watching this video. Shit. But I'm out.